Hare Krishna. So we continue our discussion on the Dāmodarāṣṭaka. So far we have discussed 6 verses, and to refresh our memory, we can speak a little bit about the first 6 verses first. As we know, Satyavrata Muni, who composed this prayer, offered his obeisance to the Supreme Lord as Sachitananda Vigraha, Ishvara Paramah Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha, Anadiradir Govida Sarva Karana Karanam. It is explained in Brahma Samhita, first verse, that the Lord, who is Supreme Ishvara, who is Supreme Lord of everyone, is composed of eternal bliss, cognizant bliss. And although he was aware of his glory, he was glorifying his pastimes. And the Lord, who is Supreme Ishvara, who is feared by fear personified, is running away from his mother in great fear. So, and from all these prayers we can see how love of Krishna is so powerful, more powerful than Krishna is powerful. Yes, it is explained that Krishna means all attractive one. He can attract everyone. Actually, everyone is attracted to Krishna, knowingly or unknowingly, because Krishna is the whole existence. Nothing exists outside of Krishna. So even the most ardent atheist is helplessly attracted to Krishna only, because there is nothing else than Krishna. And he explains in the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Yat yat vibhutimat sattvam shrimat urjitam eva tat tat avavagachatvam amate jomsha sambhavam, that wherever there is something glorious, attractive, it is actually a fragrance also only of my glory. So everyone is attracted to Krishna. But bhakti is Shri Krishna Akarshini. So it's more powerful than Krishna himself. Although the Lord is all attractive, bhakti attracts also the all attractive one. Yes. So it has greater potency, the origin of all potency. Hare Krishna. So, and here he explains how sweet is this baby Krishna, small Krishna, and he actually, through all these prayers, expresses desire that he would be connected to this form of Krishna as Bala Gopala. And he explains how he drowns every Vrajvasi in these great pools of ecstasy. Yes. Everyone is drowned in Lord's sweetness. And Mother Yashoda, from her love for her child, wanted to protect him, and therefore she tried to bound him that he would be safe from his naughtiness. Yes. And he was crying, and he didn't want to be bound. No one wants to be bound. Yes. And therefore he didn't allow his mother to be bound, and therefore the rope was always 2 fingers too short. Regardless how many ropes Mother Yashoda gathered, it was always 2 fingers too short. And we have explained this famous esoteric meaning of these 2 fingers, how in order to progress in our spiritual journey, these two fingers are extremely important, and one finger represents one's own endeavor in our spiritual life, and the other is Krishna's mercy. Yes. And we mentioned these two different philosophies of Sri Sampradaya, of monkey philosophy and kitten philosophy. Monkey philosophy is the baby monkey has to cling to his mother with his own power, and if he falls when mother jumps from one branch to another, then mother doesn't come back and pick him up, just rejects him. And the other philosophy is kitten philosophy, that mother cat takes her kitten wherever she wants, and kitten has to do nothing actually, because he's just carried around by his mother. So this is in comparison to Lord's mercy, how Lord is merciful, and actually nothing depends on ourselves. But we have said that we have combined philosophy of one who is in deep dark well. Jai Shri Shri Radha Gopinath ki Jai, Shri Shri Garunithai ki Jai, Jagannath Baldev Subhadramayi ki Jai. Of one who is in deep dark well, and one who is liberated comes to this well and throws a rope inside the well. So by his mercy he will be pulled out, but he has to endeavor and just hold on to this rope. So we should put all our endeavor as if everything would just depend on our endeavor. And we have explained that it's like a pot, and if it is raining, the pot will become full of water if we keep it turning up. But if we turn it upside down, even though there is rain, heavy rain maybe, but not even a drop will come to the pot if it is turned upside down. So we should turn our heart, our pot of our heart, towards the shower of Lord's mercy. Then we are able to receive it. Otherwise, it's not possible. So our endeavor should be to turn our heart towards the Lord. Yes. And this is the most important endeavor. And then Satyavrat Muni explains how his only desire is to see the Lord's form of Bala Gopala. And that he doesn't want anything else, not even any types of liberation, not even those boons that can be achieved by Vaidhi Bhakti, yes, Navada Bhakti. So he rejects, in one sense, just sheer path of Vaidhi Bhakti. And we have explained also in Chintana Charitamrita, it is time and again explained that the Lord is not satisfied with just performing devotional activities because of some sense of duty or because of injunctions of Shastra. But the Lord is satisfied by Raga Bhakti. Therefore he appeared as Lord Chaitanya and gave this ultimate type of devotion to everyone who is willing to accept. And we have said that there is only one price to get this love, and this great desire, lobha or hankering. But one has to first develop faith in Krishna Katha. In Krishna, actually. Yes, faith is the requirement. And we have said that faith is the requirement for everything we do in our life. For every spiritual journey, even if it's yoga or karma or jnana, we need faith. But for other processes, other qualifications are needed, but not for bhakti. Bhakti, only faith is needed, nothing else. Yes. And not, of course, to be too attached to material life. Yes. So, but in the next verse, Satyavrat Muni explains, I even forget about your form. I just want to see your beautiful face. Yes, it's so beautiful, with unlimitedly dark blue, which is encircled by your black hair, which are reddish also, reddish black hair. And in the middle of this beautiful, unlimitedly blue, dark blue face, red lips, Krishna's lips, like bimba fruit, so delicate. And it is explained that Mother Yashoda is always kissing his face, his cheeks. And actually the verse itself says that Gopi is kissing the cheeks. So, and Sanatana Goswami explains that this Gopi can mean either Mother Yashoda or Srimati Radharani, because there are two kinds of Damodaras. One is Yashoda Damodar and the other is Radha Damodar. So yes, according to our deep longing, Krishna reveals himself towards us. And then in the next verse, in the 6th verse, Satyavrat Muni realizes that it's not possible to achieve Krishna just by prayers, and therefore he engages himself in Nam Sankirtan. Yes. He's praying Namo Deva Damodar Ananta Vishnu. He's calling the Lord's names, because Lord's names has greatest power, and it's the most merciful form of the Lord, is the Lord's holy name. And therefore he's calling the Lord's holy name to be able to see the Lord, and he's pleading the Lord to be delivered from this ocean of nations. And one may think that he just rejected in several verses liberation, but that here he prays for liberation. No. This is not prayer for liberation. This is actually prayer for Raga Bhakti. Yes, because Raga Bhakti can only connect us with the Lord in His most intimate pastimes. Yes. And it's not possible, we have explained, to achieve Vraja Prema to Krishna, as the residents of Vrindavan have, without Raga Bhakti. Yes. We can go up to Vaikuntha with Vaidhi Bhakti, but to go deep in Vrindavan, it's not possible, just by following rules and regulations, and with this idea of the greatness of the Lord. So now we have come to today's verse, 7th verse, and we will sing it together. First I will sing it and then you will repeat, please. Kuveratma Jaubada Murtyai Vayadvat Tvaya Mochito Bhakti Pato Kritaucha.
Kuveratma Jaubada Murtyai Vayadvat Tvaya Mochito Bhakti Pato Kritaucha.
Tata Prema Bhaktim Svakame Prayacha Namokshe Graho Mesti Dāmodarīha. O Lord Damodara, as a baby tied to a grinding mortar, you delivered Kuvara's 2 sons from the curse of Narada and made them into great devotees. In the same way, please give me pure loving devotion for you. I long for this alone and have no desire for any kind of liberation. So in this verse, he realizes how rare is Lord's darshan. It's not possible to just get it like this. Lord's first glimpse or spurti can be perceived on the level of bhava. That means beyond the tinge of material contamination, completely on spiritual level. So it's so difficult to achieve it. Therefore, he prays for prema, that this is the safest way that I can achieve Lord's darshan if I develop prema. Therefore, he prays for prema. Tatta prema bhaktim svakami prayacha. I just want to love you, my Lord. I don't want anything else. Not any kind of liberation. I just want to love you. And you have proven that you are supremely merciful, Lord, because you have delivered such offenders as Nalakovara and Manigriva, yes, by Narada's mercy. Nalakovara and Manigriva, not that just they were proud, but they were offenders also. It is explained that no one should play in the waters of the Ganges, for example. And they played, and not just played. They played with some ladies, and they were naked. And when this great sage Narada Muni came along, they didn't hit him at all. The girls were immediately very shy, and they put their clothes on immediately when they saw great sage, but not Nalakovara and Manigriva. They were completely intoxicated and extremely proud. And it is said that no disqualification or no obstacle to spiritual life is so powerful as pride because of wealth. Yes, this is the most degrading thing. Pride because of wealth. If one is proud because of this is more dangerous than any type of degradation. Pride of wealth. And these 2 personalities were extremely proud of their wealth. Their father was the most wealthy personality in the universe, we can say. Kuvera, he is the treasurer of the demigods. Who can be so wealthy as a treasurer of the demigods? Yes, so, and they, of course, disregarded Narada Muni, who is most dear devotee of the Lord. And although he was angry at them, at least apparently, and he cursed them, they standed there for 100 celestial years. I believe this is around 150 or something, millions of years of earthly years. Yes, this is quite a long time, actually. And they kept remembrance of their previous life. So this was quite a punishment, one may think. But they were delivered by Krishna. And so Mother Yashoda finally bound Krishna by his mercy. When he saw how Mother Yashoda is endeavoring to bind him, he finally allowed to be bound because of her love and endeavor. And then he didn't like actually to be bound, because he wanted to play with his friends. And then friends came looking for Krishna. Where's Krishna? Why he doesn't come to play with us? And then they saw Krishna bound to the wooden grinding mortar. And Balaram became extremely angry seeing Krishna bound. And he said, "Who did this to my Kanai? I will punish him. I will pound him into the dust in a moment. Who did it?" And then someone said to him, "It was Mother Yashoda." And then Balaram froze. If Mother Yashoda did it, what can I do? And then he just wanted to untie Krishna from the wooden grinding mortar. But he couldn't. The Lord of the universe, one can say, Balaram, he couldn't untie Krishna. Why he couldn't untie Krishna? Have an idea? Same? Yes. Yes. Vatsalya rasa is considered to be above Sakya rasa. And Balaram had Sakya rasa, or friendship with Krishna. But Vatsalya, or parental love for Krishna, is superior to friendship. And so he couldn't untie the knot of Vatsalya. So, because Krishna couldn't be rescued by his friends, he was looking what mischief I can do. And he saw these great trees, Arjuna trees. They are explained to be extremely strong trees with extremely deep roots. And not even these most ferocious storms can uproot Arjuna trees. So they're extremely strong rooted trees. And these were, of course, very old trees, as we have explained, standing for so long. So large trees, extremely deeply rooted trees. And so Krishna went to these trees with this grinding mortar, and he pulled very strongly, and one would think that the rope would just break, or this grinding mortar would just collapse, would be destroyed. But no, by Krishna's power, the rope withstood the pressure and also the grinding mortar, and he was able to uproot these gigantic trees. And when these trees crashed, it was extremely loud crash. And everyone just came running to see what's going on, what's happening. And they saw Krishna bound to a wooden grinding mortar between these two trees. And Nanda Baba became extremely disturbed by seeing this. Who bound you to this mortar? And he just untied Krishna and took him to his lap. And Mother Yashoda also came running, but Krishna didn't want to see her. And he said, Nanda Baba said, "Who bound you?" And he said, "Mother Yashoda bound me." And he was really upset with his wife, and she did such a thing. And then Krishna didn't want to see Mother's face. He just wanted to be in his father's lap. And then Rohini came and asked him, "But who will feed you, Krishna?" And he didn't want to speak with Rohini also. He said, you didn't came to help me when I was calling you. Yes. He was upset with Rohini too. And he said, Nanda Baba will feed me. Nanda Baba will feed me. My father will feed me. And with whom you'll sleep in the night. You can't fall asleep if your mother is not with you. I will sleep with my father. And then Nanda Baba said, should I beat your mother because she tied you to a grinding water? And Krishna just put his hand on his mouth. Don't say such things. And then Rohini said, but what will happen to your mother? Maybe she will die because you don't want to be with her. And then when Krishna heard this, that Mother Yashoda might die, he just jumped from his father's lap and went running to his mother, crying for his mother. And Mother Yashoda was also crying. Everyone was crying. Hare Krishna. So, yes, in these great loving pastimes, he's drowning everyone in the pools of ecstasy, some kind of another kind. So this Satyavrata Muni is praying for such love that only such love is able to bound Krishna. Only such love is able to bound Krishna. So I want just love and nothing else. Nothing else. Yes. And even if I receive darshan, Krishna is very fickle personality. Everyone, I believe, we have this experience. One time we can chant very nicely and we think, I found out the way how to chant perfectly, how I can connect with Krishna very deeply. But the next day, we may try so hard, but there's no connection felt. Do you have such experience? Yes. Yes. Krishna, this is just Krishna's nature. He always acts like this. Yes. One he appears and then next time he disappears. Yes. He was dancing with the gopis and next moment he disappeared. Yes. And he was just with Srimati Radharani and next moment he also disappeared from her. So this is his nature. So in Satyavrata Muni was also thinking like this. Maybe I even get Lord's darshan, but because of his nature he will just disappear the next moment and I'll be bereft of his vision. So better to get prema, to be able to see the Lord always in my heart. Yes. When I believe we have discussed this when Lord went to Mathura and then to Dwaraka, and Srimati Radharani with all the Vrajavasis came to Kurukshetra. She complained that you haven't come back, you promised. You just forgot about Vrajavasis, and I can understand that you don't care about us, but that you don't care about your mother and father. This is really astonishing, because they will just die in the separation of you. So, and then Krishna explains to her that I'm always suffer terribly also. I cannot live without you. And so therefore I'm coming daily, every day to Vrindavan, and I perform pastimes with you. But you think that this is just illusion, that we perceive you, that you perceive me. You think that this is just illusion, but no, it's reality. And there are other examples of such reality from different pastimes. One is Lord Chaitanya. When he was in Jagannath Puri, Mother Yashoda was Mother Shachi was preparing food for Nimai, for her Nimai, every day. Most wonderful preparations that she knew that Lord Chaitanya wanted the most, liked the most. And then she offered the food to Krishna, and Lord Chaitanya explained to his associates that he comes every day because Mother Shachi prepares this food out of love for Nimai, so he cannot withstand her power of her love, and he comes daily to Mayapur to accept her offering. And he really eats everything from the plate. And Mother Shachi is so bewildered. Have I offered anything? Has some animal came and ate everything? Or what happened? And then she just washed these plates and offered again. She was confused, really confused. And although she could see Krishna, Lord Chaitanya, in her vision that he comes and he eats all the food prepared for him, but she thinks this is just my bewilderment. It's not true. And other example is when there was a rasa dance. Krishna called all the gopis with his flute. But there were some gopis who couldn't come because they were stopped by their husbands or fathers. Because it is explained that in Vrindavan, when in this manifest lila, there are two kinds of gopis. One gopis are Nitya Siddha, or ever perfect, and the other types of gopis are Sadhana Siddha gopis, who became perfect by performing sadhana, bhakti. And it is explained that Sadhana Siddha gopis are two types also. One type of Sadhana Siddha gopis are special Sadhana Siddha gopis, and other so-called ordinary Sadhana Siddha gopis. And these two and these special Sadhana Siddha gopis are also two kinds. One kind of special Sadhana Siddha gopis are Shruticharis, or personified Vedas, as we have heard from yesterday. Personified Vedas from previous Kalpa, who in this Kalpa became Sadhana Siddha gopis, special type of Sadhana Siddha gopis. And other type of special Sadhana Siddha gopis are Rishicharis, or these great rishis that were hankering for this association with Krishna, and they met Lord Ramachandra. They were worshipping Gopal, and when they saw Ramachandra, and they understood that this is their Lord, and they had this great desire for conjugal love for the Lord, but they were too embarrassed to voice their desire. Yes, to Lord Ramachandra. Yes, because Lord Ramachandra was in this mood. But Lord Ramachandra, of course, is a super soul in the heart of everyone, and he understood their desire. So these rishis became gopis when Krishna appeared. Yes. So amongst these sadhana siddha gopis, one type of sadhana siddha gopis were purified very quickly, completely in the beginning of their manifest pastimes in Vrindavan, because of the association of great Nitya Siddha gopis like Srimati Radharani and others. But other sadhana siddha gopis were not completely purified yet. And therefore their relatives, their fathers, their husbands were able to keep them in the house. Yeah, they couldn't escape. But because of the separation of Krishna, they were burning separation of Krishna. They burned all traces of impurities in their heart. And Krishna appeared, although they couldn't go out. Krishna appeared in their hearts and danced rasa dance with them in their heart. Yes. And when Uddhava came to pacify gopis from Mathura to Vrindavan, he explained like this, that Krishna appears in your heart, and these gopis who remembered this, who were not able to escape from the houses, their houses, remembered, yes, Krishna appears in the heart, and you can have real personal relationship with him. And then Uddhava said to the gopis that you just close your eyes, and they closed their eyes, and then Krishna appeared in their hearts, and he condensed the whole day of Brahma also in these pastimes, and he just played with them like he played ordinary with them. He played dice, he took bath with them in the Yamuna, and they were strolling on Govardhan Hill, and so many different beautiful pastimes he performed with them. And yes, the hairs of the gopis were standing on end when they kept closed eyes, because they were associating with Krishna all the time. So Satyavrat Muni, he's also praying, just give me prema, just give me prema, and then I can be with you all the time. Even if you just disappear, I will capture you in my heart. Yes, I will capture you in my heart. So, but this prema is not just given. There is a process to achieve this prema, and it's process from shraddha to prema. Yes, so one should take this process of sadhana bhakti extremely seriously. It's not possible to achieve prema just like this. Yes, this is most valuable jewel that can be received. And unfortunately, everyone who is in this material world, he's focused on his selfish desires. Yes. Otherwise we wouldn't be here. We are just focused on our selfish interest. Yes. Therefore, we try to protect our existence, and we have mentioned in one of the classes that therefore Lord Chaitanya said that first requirement is therefore Trinada Pisanechana Tororivasa Hishnana Amanina Manadina Kirtine Aksadahari. One cannot progress in spiritual life if he's not humble. If you are not humble, we haven't realized that not even that we are not this body. Yes, because we may know theoretically, I'm not this body. But if you are not humble, that means that we try to protect this body. We try to protect this bodily situation. We'll try to prove others that this body is important. Yes, therefore we are proud. And we try to defend. If we are accused of something, we try to defend this whirlpool of dust. Yes, because we are attached to it. We are attached to it. We want to experience bliss through this body, in this body. Yes, because we are blissful by our nature. Yes, Ananta Mayobhya Sat. We can't live without bliss. Therefore, as long as we are not extremely humble, we want to enjoy through our body. There would be no fight if we would be humble. Yes, no fight between husbands and wives, children and parents, students and teachers, between nations and so on. Yes, because we wouldn't try to defend our situation. Yes, without this, no connection is possible. But we should be ready to offer all respects to others and not expect it from ourselves. And this is extremely difficult. And living in society like this, or some farm projects and so on, can be in such situations. It's really difficult to practice such level of humility. Yes, we can think, I have spilled gallons of blood for the welfare of this community, and my voice at least should be heard. And I should be taken care of by the community because I gave my life for it. But this is, of course, expecting respect for yourself. There should be no desire for such thing. Of course, it's a duty of devotees to take care of devotees, but from our point of view, we shouldn't expect anything. Yes, we are not entitled to anything. And as long as we expect anything, it's not possible to connect with Krishna really. Therefore, we should pray to the Lord, please help me, please help me. Only if I surrender to you, I can go beyond the influence of material nature. Yes. Yeyata mam prapadanti, tam stataya bhajamaham. As one surrenders unto me, I will reward you accordingly. And Devi Hiesha Gunai Mama Maya Duratyaya Mam Eva Ye Prapadanti Maya Metantarantiti. My Maya, or this illusory energy, is extremely strong. No one can cross beyond it. Yes, it's not in one's power to go beyond Maya. Only if one surrenders to Krishna, it's possible. Mam Eva Ye Prapadanti. Mam Eva. Only to me, if you surrender, you can cross it. Yes, so we should pray to the Lord, please help me overcome my false ego. Only false ego is trying to be respected, actually. Yes. Otherwise, why would we bother about our position in this material world? It's useless to bother. Yeah. It's just a whirlwind, a whirlpool of dust, of gross and subtle dust, and nothing else. So if we want to protect this dust, we'll just be able to protect it for some period of time. Not even we will be able to protect this dust eternally. Yes. Also, this dust will be taken away. So, Hare Krishna. Another point that I would just like to make is that this Nalakuvar and Manigriva were able to get Krishna's mercy by the mercy of the Lord's great devotee Narada. So we should also pray for association of great devotees. Yes, because in the association of great devotees we can also receive Krishna's mercy. As Narottam Das Thakur was praying, Ramachandra Sanghe, and I just pray for the association of my dear devotee friend Ramachandra Kaviraj. So we should also pray for devotee association. In this way only we can hope that Krishna will show his mercy to us. Hare Krishna. Is there any question or comment or doubt? So, thank you very much for your attention. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaura Pramanande.